You know I love you.
I love you too.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome.
Oh, he's back. He's back.
Yeah, you guys gotta stop talking about me. That's it. Sorry. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of The Filler. I am your host, MARU. We have some amazing creators here, and I'm really excited about this episode. So let's just kick it off. Let's get into it. I have my co-host, literally for the first time, actually right next to me in terms of like video, because he's always usually in the corner, because he's usually the last guy that comes in. But anyways, I have NOGI over here.
Hey, yo, put your pants back. That's crazy.
What's going on?
What's up, man?
How you doing, man?
What's up? I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. It's gonna be a good episode. I'm very excited to hear about everything that's happening. Of course, I've been following Liv for a very long time, and I'm just now meeting some of you. Well, the rest of you, literally the rest of you. Which is great. It's fantastic, but I'm excited. I think it's gonna be dope.
Be a great episode. So yeah, let's get started with introductions. If I'm doing the order right, we have Heather Lovely. How you doing, Heather?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I can't complain. So tell us a little about yourself. What do you do? What do you stream? Any big projects?
So I am Heather. I am a mom of a 7-year-old autistic boy. I stream over at Twitch. I possibly have something not huge but kind of cool in the works. I'll actually know more about it tomorrow. Outside of Twitch, I am a demo organizer for high-end fragrances, Bath and Body Works and Victoria's Secret.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
That's pretty much my life.
Awesome. Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you.
And next, she's been here before. The amazing Liv, aka Fox. How you doing, Liv?
I'm good.
Good to have you back
thanks.
on again.
Thank you for having me back. I appreciate it.
Of course. I mean, everybody should know you from last episode, but if you want to introduce yourself again.
Sure. My name is Liv, or Fox, or Foxytocin. Whatever you guys want to call me, I'm down with whatever. I also stream over at Twitch, and if you guys don't know already, me and VIXIN recently started Scrim Queens, which is kind of like a all-female competitive hub for Destiny 2. So that's what I have going on at the moment. And I feel like I've been on a lot of podcasts. I think that pretty much sums up my life recently.
Awesome. Thank you for coming back. Miss Emma, who, first of all, I just want to say congratulations, is in order for your partnership that you just got.
Thank you.
Oh, of course. Thank you for coming on. If you could just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm Emma. I stream on Twitch, and I mainly do Destiny, and I do PvP and PvE, pretty much everything in the game. And yeah, that's what I do.
Oh, thank you. And last but not least, she killed it in Guardian Royale last weekend. Miss VIXIN over here. How you doing, VIXIN?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for being on the show. If you could just tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I am VIXIN, VIXIN. I stream on Twitch as well. Just VIXIN. And yeah, I mainly play PvP. Been on the grind lately. Been killing it. Outside of Twitch, I'm a vet tech. So I take care of cats and dogs. And yeah, Foxy and I are co-founders of Scrim Queens, who, as she explained, is a community hub for females.
Awesome. Great. So let's get right into the topic. We're obviously going to be talking about Scrim Queens and women in competitive gaming. So, Fox, was it originally your idea, or did you talk to VIXIN and come up with it together? Like, what was the process behind that?
VIXIN actually approached me. So my idea was, I just kind of wanted to like play some pickups with some girls. I was thinking about maybe trying to start something, a Discord or something like that, but I didn't have like a fully formed idea or necessarily know exactly how to go about it. And then VIXIN approached me with, this amazing idea to get this going and have like almost like how Sweat Sub was, but for females, and obviously much less toxic and better ran. And I was 100% on board, and just kind of like dove into that with her.
Cool. So VIXIN, so since you're the one that came up with it, what was your thought process? How did this pop into your head? Like, hey, I need to do this.
Okay. So I actually came from D1 and came from Xbox, and I was always kind of, I was friends with people in the sweat community, and I'd known females in that community. It wasn't very welcoming as far as that goes. And in my head, we had played a couple of ladies' nights with Lock and Loot Live, and I liked that idea of like bringing females together to try to set something up. And I just wanted to make it more accessible.
Okay, cool. And you guys had it for, I think you've done 2 already, right? You've done 2 Wednesday pickups, and how's that been?
The first one was like an introductory, like, this is our idea, this is something you're able to be a part of. And then yesterday was actually like our first like official together type thing. And I personally think both nights went great.
I think I saw Emma and Heather, you were both playing last night from what I remember, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually in chat. I was watching. I was there.
And what'd you guys think about it?
I thought it was super awesome. Definitely yesterday, I think, was like better organized than the first week. But it was just so nice to like finally have like some girls to play with. I typically play with guys, and I know that there's a lot of girls in the Destiny community, but like this has been a really awesome like way for me to like start to get to know a lot of these girls, and it was super fun. I got to play with VIXIN and Foxy and Heather and Kells yesterday, and it was really cool. I thought it went really well.
I think the same thing. I have also been playing Destiny since D1, and I have never really got to play with that many girls in the community. So being able to and actually getting to know their personalities and their play styles has been really great.
That's great. The have you guys felt, I guess the question would be, have you encountered any toxicity in that environment, whereas you normally do on a daily basis? Have you guys had to deal with that?
I haven't. Not with these girls at all. I haven't.
So super positive then.
Do you feel that it's do you feel like do you feel like that's a bridge that you're eventually going to have to cross at some point, like as this begins to grow? And the reason why I'm asking is because I was there like the last one that you guys had, and I had a blast. And I wasn't really talking in chat because I was working on some other stuff, but watching you guys play was like phenomenal. Seeing you guys operate honestly way more efficiently than like me and my friends operate, because they're a bunch of guys, and I'm a full advocate about men being complete knuckleheads, and we're just like douching around the entire time. So seeing you guys play, it was like really, really, really efficient. Not in a sense to where it's like, oh, you guys play well for girls. It was more like, no, like just off grip. You guys play actually incredibly intelligent. You guys are like really making some really superb plays. And that leads me to this question that I'm asking, because I know how gross people can be. So like, are you kind of skeptic or nervous that you're going to run into that? If you run into that, like, what are your feelings towards that?
Are you asking like within the girls community, or are you talking about like feedback from chat?
And I would say overall, both of those, because of what you guys are trying to do is essentially not the. And the reason why I'm asking this question is because I know it's a difficult question. But of course, if you're based off of comfortability, I want you guys to be able to be okay with answering it. But overall, across the board, what you guys are trying to do is essentially not the usual MO of what the female community in Destiny are trying to achieve. And I just wanted to know what your thoughts are towards what you'll have to defend once you make this happen. You know what I'm saying?
I think some guys have already stated that it's sexist to have an all girls when there isn't technically an all guys, but a lot of guys don't want girls competing with them.
Right.
So I think, sorry.
Yeah. No, continue.
Oh, I think at least why it came to mind is because of how, I don't know if it's ostracized, but just like it's not normal to have girls in pickups with a bunch of guys. I mean, I've watched multiple different scrims, pickups, and it's you don't really see it. I mean, it happens. I'm not saying it's completely unnatural, but this was more or less just to be something introductory, like especially girls who have been interested in it but shied away from it because they were scared. It's all meant to be educational and introductory so we can build a bridge, not a wall or a barrier. We're not trying to say like no boys allowed, nothing like that. Like in our Discord, there's actually like a Scrim LFG where anybody, like any guy can come in and ask if they want to play. The only thing that's exclusive is whenever we have the ladies' night and we want it to be that educational and thing that we're trying to create.
Right. Okay. I like this. I really support this because, like, again, everything that you guys are doing right now is it's super important, specifically for gaming in itself. Like, I know that you guys are just trying to create something, really simple and still, like you said, educational. And I really like the terminology that you used about building a bridge instead of a wall, even though there are going to be a lot of dumb just going to be specific people who are going to think otherwise, right? But I really like that terminology. But more importantly, I like what that terminology is eventually going to do in terms of the effect long term with people who are watching you guys and thinking to themselves, and I'm talking specifically about women in gaming who are watching you guys and thinking to themselves, wow, this is something I would want to be a part of, or something that I would want to recreate, or you know what I'm saying? Like, the influence that you guys are going to be building off of this is really, really powerful. And that's why I'm like super supportive of it, because again, men are knuckleheads.
100%. Is it safe to say, I think, Fox, we talked about this before, the end goal really isn't just exclusive environment just for women. The end goal really is to bring the communities together once guys stop being douchebags, pretty much.
Yeah, 100%. Like, our end goal from the beginning has been to see, I don't care if it's an all girls tourney team, I don't care if it's 2 girls and a guy, I don't care if it's a girl on a team, whatever, for that to be normal. Like, that's all our end goal is. I don't want people to look and be like, oh god, there's an all girls team, like that's weird or out of place, or whoa, why is that girl on a team with 2 guys? Like, it shouldn't matter. Like, the end goal is for players just to be players. If people want to play competitively, they can do it.
It would be nice if, if other guys did see there's a female on a team, they didn't automatically think, oh, I'm going to steamroll them because there's a girl on that team.
Yep. Or, oh, she's a carry. Like,
Yeah.
I know for sure Fox, but most likely everybody else here can beat me in a 1v1, like with one arm tied behind their back. So
I'm telling you from experience, I played Liv before. Don't. That's my response. Just don't.
She's painful with the thorn.
It's a thorn. I've never seen somebody pull out numerous arsenals and still be able to wax me because of it.
I don't know how she even did it, but she threw a piece of paper at me in Destiny and I just died. I don't know how she did that one, but so
there's still areas of my leg that doesn't grow hair. Like it's messed up.
It's that sunspots.
Exactly.
oh my god, sunspots. I'm sorry. I apologize in advance for sunspots.
No, you don't.
There's a question in chat from Kano saying any thoughts with Face It and girls being a part of it?
I think that's scary because of they can't control the amount of cheaters and stuff on Face It. So I think Face It in general is still going to be iffy with girls or not girls on it.
Yeah.
Because nobody wants to constantly compete against that. And I think that's one good thing. Like when we do have scrims and stuff, is we typically have people in there that we at least semi know and trust not to do that.
So when I look at tournaments, and I've probably seen at least a handful, maybe more than that. I never really see women on any teams. Why do you think that is? Is it that they're not being picked up? Is it they're not even participating because they just don't want to be in that toxic environment? Like, what's the reason why?
I think it's a combination of all those things, personally. I think from my own experience and from literally, like, the majority of the girls I've talked to that have joined Scrim Queens and stuff, confidence in these types of environments is a big issue, and it's not necessarily because it has nothing to do with their own skill. Like, the girl can be steamrolling people, right? But she's never been encouraged at all in that environment. She's never been encouraged, like, you know, oh, you're cracked. Like, she doesn't get hyped up like that. Like, girls just don't really, or haven't really gotten that much in the past. So when you take that and combine it with the fact that you do have to consider, like, I'm going to be seen as a carry, or I'm going to be targeted on a team because I'm a female, or I have to deal with chat while I'm trying to play pickups or play an attorney, like being stupid. Like, just combine all those things. You can't really blame girls for not wanting to get involved in it. Like, it took me a very long time to even start streaming at all. And then I remember the first time I streamed pickups, I was terrified. Like, I was absolutely terrified. Someone was going to be like, what are you doing in this environment? Like, you're bad at it, whatever, that kind of thing. And
Fuck them.
so yeah. But I don't blame girls for not wanting to go through that at all. But that's kind of the whole point of this, is to hopefully try and show them that there are people who are going to hype you up. There are people who are going to have your back and encourage you now, and hopefully give them a little bit more of that confidence to step into those environments.
Emma and Heather, what did you guys think when you first saw Scrim Queens? When you saw that
I was
post?
excited.
Me too.
And you guys, would you say are pretty competitive, or is it more just you just want to be in that environment and kind of just mess around?
I never saw myself as a competitive player, and I don't see myself as being one in the future, but I do like to play PvP, especially with friends. And it's just like I watch my friends who are guys who are in like the competitive PvP like part of Destiny, and like I enjoy watching them. And so like I wanted to be able to kind of do something like that, but without the pressure of like actual competition.
For me, it's kind of both. I've always kind of loved how like the competitiveness feels. Like, I've always been really big into like trials, and I would always be nervous when I would have like my guy friends ask to play scrims, because you know, like Fox was saying, you always have that nervousness, like, oh, the other team's gonna be like, there's a girl playing. But when it came to all girls playing, you don't have to have that nervousness, because you're basically one and the same going in. Like, it's gone. You're there. You're going to have fun. If there's people that's on your skill level, you can compete against each other, but you don't have to. It's freeing, kind of.
And you guys could just literally enjoy the game and stream,
Yeah.
which is the whole thing you guys are just trying to do.
We're even able to enjoy each other's company and laugh and joke while we're doing it.
That's great. What's the plans for the future? Are you guys thinking about doing any tournaments? Will you include guys at any point? What's the future, you think?
For the time being, we're not planning on hosting any all-female tourneys. Mainly because, as we've said, we don't want to create that wall by any means. But we're definitely going to encourage any ladies in the Discord who want to enter attorneys. If they want to find a team out of Scrim Queens, go for it, 100%. If you want to find another girl and you have a guy in mind, like, go for it. Like, we definitely don't plan on putting like a cap on that by any means, and like forcing a Scrim Queens team or anything like that. We kind of just want girls to do what they're comfortable with.
Would you consider creating a all females situation?
Are you
Like
mean like an
attorney?
attorney or a team?
Attorney, a team, any project or any scenario that may you're good. Any project or any scenario that may require to create some sort of experience that would ultimately put you in a position to where you have to create a team or anything of that sort. Would you consider capping it to being a females only scenario?
I want to say no. I mean, if I guess if we were approached, I guess we could talk about it and see if we wanted to build a team for, like, if someone directly came to us and asked for an all female attorney, like maybe, or not attorney, a team, we could talk about it. I'm definitely, I still don't want to do attorneys, all female attorneys, just because it's, again, we don't want to we're trying to introduce it into the community entirely, not build that wall. And so the attorney just doesn't feel like something that we want to do at all whatsoever, potentially, but just
wholeheartedly
respect that.
But if we were approached for a team, I mean, we've got the Discord, and if girls want to get together and be a part of that, they're more than welcome.
The reasons why I asked is me and Mara have been having a lot of different types of podcasts, and we've been having a lot of specific episodes where we're having a conversation about women's experiences throughout gaming, and whether it be non-competitive, whether it be casual or competitive. And from my perspective, from all of the conversations, and because again, as a man, I don't know anything that you guys deal with, right? Same thing with MARU. We don't know anything from your perspective when it comes down to the chat that you deal with, when it comes down to the opportunities that you'll have to endure or lack thereof because of the fact that you're women in gaming. The reasons why I'm asking that is because I can see why having an all-female situation be looked down upon, but I can also see the other side of the coin where that can immediately benefit so many other women in the position of everything, right? So that's why I'm asking, because from my perspective, being able to endure the backlash of having an all-women's team or having an all-women's tournament would be minuscule to what the accomplishment would be, which is inspiring other women to do what you guys are doing, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why I'm asking, because ultimately, yeah, at most you would get a bunch of dickheads in chat or a bunch of rude people on the internet, on Twitter, whatever the case would be. It's sexist, it's not fair. Y'all didn't even really attempt to do too much. You're just right now, currently, you created a project where it's a few friends who are playing together in scrims, and you're all women, and then people are already saying it's sexist, is this, is that. From my perspective, that's all talk, right? What I'm thinking about, though, as a person who is supporting what you guys are doing, who openly supports what you guys are doing, my perspective is I'm thinking about VIXIN, like you said. I'm thinking about the person that's watching you guys that's not confident enough. Fox, you said the exact same thing. That's not confident enough to play or choose to play in specific settings like this. MARU, you asked the question about tournaments and the lack of seeing women in actual tournaments. I've been admins in tournaments. I've played in tournaments. Fox, Gavin has played in tournaments. We've been in this setting before. We've experienced those settings, and he's right. There are no female faces in the competitive scene, let alone specifically in Destiny. We don't see that. That's the reality of it. We just don't see it, whatever the case may be. No matter how big of a streamer you are, or content creator you are, a player that you are, big or small, whatever the case may be, you just don't see it. You guys don't get that publicity. You don't get that support. You don't get that attention. And y'all play better than me. All the people that I play with, y'all play. Bro, Mike, I sat there and I watched it. The call outs was on point. Oh my god.
Bro, every time I go into Fox's stream, I'm just like, I just put the keyboard away, I just tie it up, put my computer away. I'm just like, let me go play Tetris.
I just sit there and watch, and I'm the entire time I'm watching. I'm like, bro, like they're, and it's not even a situation where it's like gender specific. It's just the fact that you guys don't get the attention because you're girls, because you're expected to play less, accurately. You're expected to, if you hit a shot, it's not because you made a play, it's luck. Or like you guys said, it's either you're a carry and to get even, I'm the vulgar one. So everybody in chat, y'all know that I don't hold my tongue. I'm too real for that. But if, you know what I'm saying? Like if Fox is playing with Gavin and they're playing trials and they play up against somebody who, let's say, is not friends with Gavin, they're going to say, oh, he's only doing that because that's his girl. Or they're only playing together because they're a couple. It's shit like that. And it's like,
dear Lord, the amount of shit I've gotten from that.
Or everybody's new favorite word. He's a simp.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. That's exactly what I'm saying, right? So it's really unfortunate that you guys consistently get that level of disrespect when it comes down to it. So personally, do it.
I mean, it comes down to the fact that guys, like males, just get very butthurt because a woman is playing better than them, and it makes them feel some type of way. And exactly. I don't get it. And maybe that's because growing up, my sister's the one who taught me how to play games. She was the gamer first, and she taught me that. So maybe that's why I don't have that mentality. But when I see women playing better than me, I'm just like, damn, that's just a good play. I'm not thinking, oh, she's a woman, so I'm even more amazed. Like if you pull off a shot, I don't care if you're a man, a woman, a horse, a chair, a piece of paper on the floor. If you can pull off a shot like that, that's what I'm impressed by. I'm impressed by the skill, not the person.
If I see a fantastic shot, I'm not thinking about genitals or gender. I'm not thinking about that. I'm not thinking about that. I'm looking at it. I'm like, I'm trying to figure out what magic you are applying to your shot, because that's ridiculous. That shouldn't happen. You know what I'm saying? But that's exactly what I'm saying. When it comes down to it, yes, it's unfortunate that it would be a situation to where, yes, 100%, you guys would get a lot of backlash for it. You guys would get a lot of tension. You would get a lot of frustration from it. You would get, and one of the unfortunate things is that you would get it not only just from guys, but from girls as well, who should understand exactly where you're coming from. And that's equally understandable, right? Again, as a guy, I don't know a bee's egg, what a insect amount of what you guys deal with overall. Mara as well. We've been talking with countless women of all different perspectives, specifically about what you guys deal with, and we're kind of getting a better understanding about it. And the reasons why we're getting a better understanding is because we're shutting the fuck up and letting you guys talk and listening to y'all while y'all express yourselves. And what it comes down to, which is also an equally unfortunate situation, is that as you guys consistently push this idea, there has to be people who will be there to defend you. You shouldn't have to have people to defend you.
Yo, I will go put on my samurai outfit right now, and I'll come out with my wooden katana, and I
don't
will...
do that, because I know.
Oh, I have a picture of myself as a kid with armor. You seen that one, Nogi? You made fun of me about it.
I still make fun of you about it.
I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna text my mom. I ask her to text it to me.
Your mom has it?
My mom has it. Yeah.
Moving forward.
But no, Nogi, I completely agree with you. I think the male population is just not ready, honestly.
I do kind of want to interject a little bit, just because, like, as much as like we are highlighting the negative, I do want to say that we've got so many guys in the community who have been backing us up. Pure Chill, we've got Defizzle, Lemur, just like name it, and they're behind this 100%. Admins, like, just
that's fantastic.
100%.
We've been getting a lot of support for this, and I mean, it's easy to look at the negative, but I mean, I want to highlight the positive too, because we do have so many guys who have been about this, and I love it.
100%.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's fantastic. That's absolutely amazing. I'm very happy that you guys are getting that support. The only reason why I'm acknowledging the negative is because I know that you guys are kind of like seeing where things are right now before you decide to move forward. But when you decide to move forward, I don't ever want. I want to see this through. Like I want to see this towards in the long run to see exactly where it comes forward. And the fact that you're expressing that you're getting so much support is amazing. Because even as you're talking about it, and the people in chat watching it, and the people that you're already getting the support from, you basically already have an army behind you. So like, sky's the limit. Whoever has something to say about it,
They have a lot of people to answer to.
You know what I mean? Like they definitely got to deal with the whole village of Konoha at this point.
It's good to hear that, because I feel like there's always going to be like the stigma behind girls being good at video games, and I think that's what Fox and Vixen are trying to change.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my next question for Heather and Emma was going to be, did you guys have any apprehension or any concern with joining because you didn't want to have anybody attacking you or be a part of that? Did you guys go through?
I didn't even think about it. Like when Vixen messaged me and asked if I wanted to be a part of it, I don't even think my mind went there. I was just like, yeah, let's do that. Because I actually saw her and Fox talking about it like a week or so ago about how they just did like a girls pickups thing. And I remember talking to some of my mods and I was like, oh, that would have been really cool to have been in. And then like a couple weeks later, I get a message from Vixen and I was actually excited. I remember like I went to that chat and I was like, guess what just happened? So I was real positive about it.
What about you, Emma?
Yeah, I wasn't worried about doing it. I mean, just being a girl on Twitch, you already get shit anyway, so what's a few more comments? It's worth it to be able to, play with some girls and make some new friends.
How have you been finding the whole PvP scene?
For me, it hasn't been much different. I mean, my community knows I do PvP and PvE. I usually do PvP pretty casually, though. Most of the time I'm just running around aimlessly, like, talking to chat. But I know that they have enjoyed watching me, like, actually try. And they always hype me up when, like, I make a play or something.
Do not let Emma fool you. She has an amazing Ration shot.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh my god. We played comp with her last night and she clutched up multiple times. So do not let her fool you.
Can we also talk about how sneaky she is?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
you come around the
Oh my
corner
gosh.
and she's like waiting there, crouched, like just to aim in on you, and you're like, I didn't even see her.
You see, Mike?
It's always the
Take
quiet
points.
ones.
Because you're the medic. You're the medic of the team. We don't even trust you to get the kill. We trust you to save us when we
I always res you guys, and let's not forget when you were giving me pointers, who was at the top of the leaderboard?
Why were you at the top of the leaderboard? Because I had to deal with what you couldn't deal with. What are you talking about?
Bro, that's what it means to be backup, though.
I hate you.
Love you, too. Do you guys think you'll ever move on to maybe different game types, or are you sticking with Destiny right now? Think about Overwatch, Call of Duty, anything like that? Or is it really strictly that's Destiny you're focused on?
I came from Call of Duty to Destiny. It sucks. I feel like the state of the games that have been produced in Call of Duty lately, I haven't enjoyed. I feel like if I did, I would probably play them as well. But because I haven't, because I always like first-person shooters, and I tried Overwatch, and it wasn't great to me. Maybe it's just because I wasn't used to it. So I think that's why I've gravitated toward Destiny so much.
Vixen, Fox, do you guys have it open in Discord for people to? I know you haven't really put, from what I've seen, too many restrictions on what people can do, but have you guys promoted the fact that to play other game types and stuff like that?
No, I haven't necessarily promoted it. But like you said, we also haven't put like a restriction on it. I think it's tough. There are a lot of pros to this. We've gotten a lot of support. We've met some amazing people, but there are also cons. It's not easy whatsoever, and like the vetting process, in a sense, that we do for girls to actually be able to get the role in the Discord and interact with those channels. is pretty thorough for good reason.
Background search.
Opening that up to other games, I think would take a lot more moderation and some more minds than just ours, because I can tell you, coming from the very brief amount of time that I spent in the Valorant competitive scene,
Oh god.
it is a whole nother world of toxicity
Yeah.
Yeah,
that I don't think we could handle on our own.
At least not right
Overwatch
now.
too. There's
Yeah.
I mean
Overwatch is terrible.
that Discord is there for, I mean, if you want to play other games, go for it. But I mean, as far as like Destiny, I mean, we're versed in it. We know the rules for pickups and things like that, and custom games. Like I mean, if you want to play other games, I mean, you're more than welcome to. I mean, it's just right now, Destiny is where we are.
Got it. Now I have a question, and I want to be sensitive with this question. Somebody asked on Twitter, because you were talking about the vetting process. Let's see here. So Ms. Elena, I think is how you say the name on Twitter, but they asked, my biggest question is Scrim Queens trans exclusionary? I haven't found any explicit policy regarding this, and it's very important when establishing any gender-specific organization or group.
So this. Oh, do you want to go? Go ahead.
So we are female and trans inclusive. We have the same vetting process for trans identified and female identified. It's same across the board. If you can provide what we need, and we go through every girl, then you're able to get the role and you're able to play with us. If you're unable to provide things that you're uncomfortable with, then sit with Fox and myself and we'll talk to you. But I don't know if you wanted to add anything to that, Fox.
No, kind of just we're very thorough with pretty much everyone, and it's across the board. We definitely are not trying to exclude anyone who may be trans or anyone a part of the LGBTQ plus community whatsoever. But we ask for the same requirements from everyone, whether you identify with that or whatever. I think our main thing is we didn't necessarily, we actually had a lot of conversations about this and what we thought would be right, and also wanting to be sensitive to people in the community and very transparent with them, as well as the people in our Discord. We didn't make an announcement specifically about being trans inclusive because at the time we had already had, from our first day, multiple guys trying to pretend to be girls to get into the Discord.
Yeah,
it's unfortunate, and I
Yes.
mean, it happened, and I mean, it's still happening, but we just ask for it to help us weed out the bad eggs and create that welcoming environment that we are trying to build.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Is it safe to say that Discord's open? Is it open for everybody, but obviously to use the channels to be a woman, or is it just strictly women should be joining it only?
So it's open. The whole thing is open for everybody. There's certain text channels that everybody can use, but if you want a queen's role, then there is a process that needs to take place.
Got it.
Mhm.
Okay.
Got it.
Awesome. Yeah, I did see a couple of trolls, but it was quickly put down by the mods there.
Yeah.
So I feel like everybody's been on top of making sure that the environment is safe, because that's pretty much the primary goal, is to create a safe, fun environment where you guys could just enjoy yourselves and not have to worry about any other BS. So,
Yeah, we're very serious about that. We're very welcoming, but I'm very quick to drop the ban hammer on someone because I'm not messing around
you
with
have every right to do that.
becoming an unsafe environment.
You gotta protect your castle. It's that simple. You gotta protect your castle. What you guys are, like I said, what you guys are trying to build is extremely important. And in order for you to maintain that process, in order for you to grow what it is that you're trying to do, you got to have some heavy artillery to defend exactly what it is that you're trying to build. So I'm very glad, whoever that person was that asked on Twitter, I'm very glad that they asked that. And I'm very, very, very happy at the answer that was just given, because
100%.
it's important. It's important nonetheless.
Who who here right now of the four has the craziest snipe shot?
I don't want to talk about it. I'm leaving.
Out of the four of us, who has the craziest one?
Yeah.
VIXIN.
Dude, I
Yeah,
didn't snipe.
I'm gonna put my vote on Vixen too. I've gotten barrel stuffed so many times. I don't
I don't want to peek, man.
I've seen it. That's why I don't want to talk about it, because I've seen it.
So Vixen's the snipe queen here.
Oh yeah, like I don't even want to touch a sniper. I'm just like, please put it on.
Just dismantle all of them.
I would give her mine. It's fine. Just, like sign my sniper, please.
What's everybody's favorite class?
Arc Strider.
Extrader?
Top Tree Dawn.
Spectral.
Spectral. Okay.
I love it. I love it.
Fox, you run. I forget. Do you run a Titan? You run Titan, right?
I run Titan and Hunter. Yeah.
What's if you had to choose one though? Which one are you going for? For competitive, at least. If you had to pick one to go competitive.
Honestly, I kind of like fucking with people's heads on Titan. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my god.
It is so much.
Sunspots and With a Horde on the floor.
Yeah. Sunspots and Thorn has been my jam lately. The double burn. I can burn people with my melee, with Sunspots, with Thorn, and with my grenade, and I just watch them tick as they run around the corner. It's great.
She did that to me a lot yesterday. I'm just saying.
I feel you. I don't know. I don't listen. Since the day I remember playing specifically it was just one scrims game. I think it was a 2v2, whatever the hell it was. I don't know what it was, but I know I didn't have fun. And it wasn't because of Gavin, because a lot of people who don't know, Gavin Luna was the one who taught me how to fire a hand cannon shot all the way back in D1. He was the main person to actually teach me how to get better at my hand cannon shot. So during that match, it was so funny because during that match, I wasn't killing him, but I wasn't dying neither. So I was pretty proud of myself. But lo and behold, some thick ass Titan come around the corner with his eyes set on my I'm a little squeaky boy, you know what I'm saying? And lo and behold, you got this whole, and she's obnoxious. So she has like these
Obnoxious.
She got these vibrant colors on her Titan. You know how hard it is to see a whole Titan dawned in all white. Just look like death. Just do it.
Just riding on a horse.
Yeah, bro.
Do you know how confused I was when she changed to a Titan yesterday and she was using hammers with sunspots? I was like, huh. And then afterwards, I'm like, now I know why.
Yeah.
What's one thing you guys are finding really annoying right now in PvP?
Oh god.
What's the thing that's
Where
bothering
do
you?
I
most?
start?
Mountaintop.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
No
God.
hunger.
I played a game today where this guy, I still got headache. I played a game where this person was running Birthright, Fighting Lion, and it was literally a triple grenade launcher loadout.
Goodbye.
And
I would leave the game.
Yo,
Please take me with you.
That's a gamer.
Bro, I had so much gas. Like I was so bothered by everything that was happening. It was just...
Yeah, I don't know how to sum it up with one thing. I think I'm just gonna sum it up as a complete and total lack of a skill gap at the current moment.
And I swear, it's like everybody who's running Mountaintop is running Dying Hunger with it. So it's like we get both of them at the same time.
Yep.
So here's the thing for me, and I'm gonna be on the other side of this. I don't see Mountaintop as a problem, and let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. In my experience,
VIXIN has left.
hold on, give me a second now. Give me a second. Hold on. Okay. Before the pitchforks come on. I'm on your side, first of all. Okay, but let me explain. Okay, don't cancel me yet. Don't clip this and put it on Twitter, please.
Shame.
So here's the thing. I understand that Mountaintop is an issue in the sense that yes, it can kill you in one shot. I think though the fact that if you miss that shot, it's so easy, at least in my experience, to clip the person so quick when they miss that shot.
Okay.
And in my experience, I actually haven't run into Mountaintop that often. In probably all the games I've played, I've only come into 10%, and they're not even that good.
Can I play with you then?
Your lobby.
I get
Yeah,
it.
can I
Listen,
play with you then?
I get it's a problem because obviously it's really easy to kill somebody with it, but for the most part, in my experience, I don't see it as a problem. I see Gnawing Hunger as a problem because that's like in every lobby, and what else was it? Yeah, it's really just Gnawing Hunger. Mountaintop I rarely encounter. When I do, it's so easy to just counter that when they miss that shot. Because you can, for me, in my experience, I can easily tell when somebody's about a mountaintop because you'll see a hunter, up there with the sun, come trying to rain down justice on me over here, and I don't know, I just like dodge it and then kill him real quick, and that's it. But I do understand it as a problem. If they're not going to move it to heavy, they need to at least reduce it to one shot when you spawn with it.
See, even when they don't directly impact you, it's still like a big splash damage. And if they're running quick access sling, they can just switch to their other weapon quickly and finish you.
Yeah, I agree. I do agree with that. I guess it's my experience. I don't know. Maybe I got that Chris.
I want to run with you from now on, please.
Yeah, just give me your host.
Run with you. Send me your address. I'm moving forward.
I live in an apartment building. I'll kick out some people and you guys could all move in.
Cool.
All right.
Community apartment from now on.
Yeah. A streamer apartment. All right, so here's the next question I had from Armless Hobo. He said, what challenges and goals do you see for the future of Scrim Queens? How was the response been in terms of reaction from male players and female players? And what are the pros and cons of creating an all-female org in your opinion? Okay, so we answered the middle one already, but the first one is what challenges and goals do you see for the future? We'll start with that one.
Challenges and goals. So I feel like challenges and goals are gonna fall into like the same. It's gonna sound the same. Challenges is being included in future things, or being welcome into future things, and that's ultimately our goal: is to be welcomed into future things and be a part of tourneys or be a part of pickups or anything like that. So it's kind of the same thing for me, at least personally.
What do you think, Fox?
I agree. Yeah, I think there will definitely be some challenges being welcome into things. I guess it's hard. So, like, my hope is that this will lead to some of the girls in here who do want to be involved in tourneys seriously and be taken seriously and that kind of stuff, to connect with other people, whether it's other females who want to do that or other males who want to do that, and get onto some teams and get into that stuff. Like, but that's going to be a challenge. Like, we are creating a safe, comfortable zone, but then leaving that comfort zone is never easy for anyone. And I'm lucky because my clan is already planning on being involved in the tourney scene, and so I already have another comfort zone to go to in a sense. But I'm really hoping I can help some of these girls find one as well. Because that, like we said, that's the end goal, is to completely integrate it. And I think that would be the goal in the future too, is complete and total integration, like we already talked about. I just think that's definitely going to be a little bit difficult to actually happen successfully.
Would you guys, I know you guys don't want to host a all-female tournament, would you guys just host a tournament in general, just open to everybody? That way at least you guys can have a safe space where you know a lot of you will be playing?
Potentially. I'm not closed off to that idea. It's not something we've talked about right now, just because we have a lot on our plate at the moment. But potentially, if things calm down a little bit in the future, maybe. I think we definitely want to make sure that we'd have some support from some other areas in the community.
100%.
Because I also don't want to create a wall between already existing tourney organizations, because we're not trying to create an org by any means and compete with that scene at all. So I would definitely want to work with and integrate with some of those already existing orgs for sure.
Going back to the goals thing, I hope you guys feel like you've already accomplished some of them, because I say for myself, and I'm pretty sure for the other females and girls in it, you have made us have a safe space. So I hope that was one of your goals, and you've definitely achieved it.
Yeah, it 100% was, and I definitely, I think we both feel very grateful for you guys. Like, we appreciate all the ladies that are in there and all the guys that are in there that have been supportive 100%. So far, it has been a safe environment, but like, to be transparent, we still do deal with stuff on the back end, pretty much on a daily basis. So sometimes it can get a little difficult. I mean, we're human, you know, it can get a little difficult to stay focused on the complete positive, but the messages and stuff and like the feedback from the ladies has incredibly helpful, and we kind of just plan on taking that and continuing to make it better going forward. Like, we don't have a ceiling right now by any means. It's like, sky's the limit with Scrim Queens.
Emma,
I'm getting a little emotional right now. You try to understand, man.
Can I ask a question? How did you guys come up with Scrim Queens? Because I love it. I'm here for it. I just want to know.
I gotta give that one to Liv, because we were going back and forth on names, and I was coming up with things that were too long. I think it was like female community or female competitive hub or something like that. It was way too long, and Liv was like, "What about Scrim Queens?" I'm like Scream Queens. Perfect.
What were some runner-ups?
Oh, I don't think after she said that it was over.
That's it. Was over.
Yeah. I think the one we had before that was we were gonna call it like Ladies Sweats Hub or something like that, and then I was like, I see that being very inappropriate, very
Sweats. Calm down.
Yeah, we definitely tried to shy away from anything that could be twisted.
Yeah. Heather and Emma, is there anything you guys would like to see going forward in the future from Scrim Queens?
I'm just excited for it to maybe hopefully be a weekly thing, and then even just from last night, once we stopped doing some scrims, a lot of us like went into Crucible, and then later we did comp together, and even just like playing with each other outside of the weekly scrim nights, and maybe even doing PvE together if people want to do stuff like that. Stuff like that. I think Vixen and Fox and I are planning on doing comp tomorrow, or whenever we have time to do that. So I'm excited for that.
I agree with Emma. I've gotten to play with a few of the girls outside of just the scrims, and it's been fun. I feel like I've been making new friends.
I'm really emotional, bro. Like, I just met the rest of you, right? But I watched Liv. Liv didn't talk. Like, I don't understand. Liv didn't say nothing. Like, listen. Liv would be in parties with Gavin, and I would come in because y'all know me. The three of you, y'all just met me today, so you can obviously tell I'm a little on the reckless side. Liv, we'd be on Xbox. I would hop in. Gav, what's up, man? Yo, Cliff. Gav, you always, yo, Cliff, what up, buddy? Right? So, that weird ad-lib thing going on, and Liv would be quiet. Nothing. Liv, what up? Hey, Cliff. And she'd just really be fragging out in complete silence, and it is the funniest thing in the world. Really, dead quiet. No, nothing. Not a yell. Not a giggle. Slaughtering people. And it's like, I'm not gonna lie, Liv. There's a couple times where I messaged Gavin. I'm like, bro, is she crazy? This little bit. Are you safe? He's like, nah, bro. No, but it's really nice. It's really dope to see you flourish and bring something like this together. And I'm just over here geeking, man. My friends is doing big things, man. I'm out here.
So I actually want to highlight her.
No,
for the whole for Scrim Queens as a whole, because I'm very shy and introverted, and my entire Twitch has been me solo queuing quick play. That's it. Like, I didn't do anything else. And approaching her and starting this whole thing and making these connections, she has been absolutely amazing. She has been so supportive. She's been she's been amazing. And without her, I don't know if this would be a thing. Like I don't know. Like it's honestly been so refreshing to have such a great partner in this.
And now you guys are trying to make me cry. Come on, man.
Because I'm crying. Man, it's my sister, yo. It's my sister. I told you already. You got the whole city behind you. I'm letting y'all know. But listen, Liv already know. Vix, Emma, Heather. Now y'all know. Y'all got the whole city behind y'all. What that means is whoever fuck with y'all, we stomping them out. That's what it means. That's what it means. I'm apologizing for the violence, but it's just reality. We gotta defend. That's right, Gavin. Yeah. We gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like what you guys Yes. What you guys are doing is fantastic, and we super support it. It's amazing. You 100% have our support.
Yeah, you guys
that was my emotional moment. I'm gonna leave y'all alone now.
You guys are completely killing it. I see it everywhere. What's the schedule like, Scrum Queens? So far I've seen, has it been every Wednesday? No, you did this one yesterday. Wednesday.
Yeah. So in the past, when we did ladies' night, either with Liv's community or Lock and Load Liv's community, it's been Wednesdays, or Women's Wednesday or whatever, something along those lines. And we kind of stuck with that. We're thinking about in the future maybe either doing different days or adding. We haven't decided yet, but I do want to make it more accessible to our EU girls because they're having a little bit harder time getting on the same time we are. So we might do a little bit of a switch up every once in a while, but right now it's Wednesdays, and then the time kind of changes as we have free time.
Got it. Another question we have here are, what are the pros and cons of creating an all-female org, in your opinion?
Boy.
You want to go first? Yeah, go first.
Okay. Well, first, I just want to clarify, not that this is what he meant by anything, but I just want to make sure, like, it's 100% known. We're not trying to create an org, once again.
Yeah.
Because I'm not looking to compete. Like, we have a lot of good relationships with the current orgs and stuff like that and connections with them, so I'm not looking to compete with them in any way. But as far as creating a community hub type thing for female, I mean, there have been lots of pros. If you haven't seen already, like, the support has been crazy, and I feel like both Vixen and I have met so many amazing people and had so many incredible opportunities from people that really made me realize, like, holy crap, like, this was way more needed than I thought it was in the beginning. I knew it was needed, and I knew there would be girls that were interested, but I didn't quite realize that the entire community was, like, craving something safe like this so badly, and that so many guys were craving to see an outlet for girls that they supported and girls they were friends with and things like that. And seeing those people, like, speak up and support us has been really amazing. And also just getting to meet all the girls. Like, I came from literally only playing with guys. I didn't know, like, any of these incredible women in the community at all, and my eyes have been completely opened. Because I, like, meeting Vixen and then meeting, like, all you guys, like Heather, Emma, like, we played with Kels and Guns and Buns last night. Like, so much fun. So much fun. Like, I literally love those matches so much. And every day I feel like I just keep getting a message from someone. I'm like, that's such a cool person. Like, I'm so happy they're involved in this. And it's just a really good feeling. Cons wise, we've already covered most of them, I feel like. Obviously we have to deal with a lot of trolls, people with bad intentions for Scrim Queens and things like that. I feel like we're handling them pretty well, though, honestly. And I feel like we've gotten a lot of feedback, too, on that, as well as people saying, like, we appreciate how quickly you guys act on things when people do something wrong or when there's someone in there that's not in there for the right reason or something like that. I've only had a few trolls in my chat, so I feel like I'm very lucky with my stream community, and I know some of the girls don't have as good of an experience though, so I definitely feel for them. And I don't know if it gets nastier, quote unquote, on those ladies' nights or anything like that, but I could see it potentially being that way because people are dicks.
I was
To say it lightly.
to say it lightly, yeah. I was,
I'm rubbing off on her.
I was thinking to myself, when we had this conversation, Fox, when you were in it last time for one of the last podcasts, where like, really for me, there was 2 women streamers that I watched that played competitively, and that was Fox and that was Crystal. Other than that, I was uneducated in everybody else. But once you guys did this, and then I saw all these people, I saw VIXIN, I saw Heather, I saw Kels, Emma, Lock and Low Live, and I was like, okay, follow. And I'm watching, and I'm like, these people play amazing, and I don't understand why I never saw this before. So I want to say, I appreciate that because it's opened my eyes to more amazing players, not just like women, just more amazing players.
Yeah.
So
I'd say the pros is definitely the connections that are being made, not just for myself or Scrim Queens in general, but just everyone I feel like is making connections with people they've never even talked to or known or anything like that. And it's really highlighting different people in the community, and that's another focus is connection.
Yeah. I think it's very hard because a lot of people stay kind of in their group or in their zone, and they don't really take the chance to branch out.
Mm-hmm.
That's me. I actually knew several of the names that were in here, but I was too shy to ever reach out or try to branch out. So I would have never actually spoken to these girls, aside from actually knowing their names, if this didn't happen.
Trying to put everybody together here, guys. I love it. How many people do you have so far in the Discord?
Oh, like over 100.
Yeah, well over at this point. Looking now.
How long do you guys take with the vetting process?
It depends on both mine and Liv's availability. I work full time, and I can't always get to my phone. A lot of times I'm able to ping Liv, and she's able to be there to handle things, but it just depends on our availability. We do like to come to agreements together. So if we need to actually sit down and speak with somebody, we both like to be available for that, just because, you got 2 people there who can make the decision.
What's one thing you guys would say, and this is for everybody, one thing that us as a community or people singularly can do to help you guys out?
Just be kind to one another.
Yeah, just be kind, and honestly, like, in a lot of cases, transparency is the best policy. Whether that's addressing an issue you see or addressing an issue within yourself, trying to get involved with something, whether it be Scrim Queens or another organization or attorney, whatever, stop with the skeletons in the closet shit. Like, that's really my biggest advice for everyone. Like, that makes it easier for us. That makes it easier for literally everyone who's trying to build a better community right now, just across the board.
It'd be great if guys could hold their guy friends accountable for being assholes to women too. Assholes in general, but especially assholes to women.
100%.
I'll curse all you out.
I think it was yesterday in Fox's chat. There was a guy named, I think his name was Yusuf or something like that.
Oh my!
And it was we I think like 6 or 7 people. We all just came together super quick to just like put that down. I think I typed something like, Yusuf, can you please sign here for this L? Because everybody just like completely like was like, yo, cut that shit out.
Yeah, I have to give credit to my mods too. I actually have like just some of the best mods, because I don't even see shit. I look over and I just see the message deleted, and I'm like, solid. I get to keep playing. But yeah, that's some of the stuff I know we've had to deal with. And I was just very quick to be like, this is a learning environment, because he literally came in and the first message he put was that one of the girls and a completely different team who wasn't on my team was dropping like single digits. And I was like, I don't give a shit. Like, she's doing the best she can. Like, this is a learning environment. This is the point. Like, I've dropped single digits in pickups. Like, anyone who's played pickups has dropped single digits before. That's how you learn. Like, you play people who are better. I've been rolled before, like multiple times.
Oh my god!
Like, there's no reason in hazing someone over that. Like, I was actually like, that got me so heated, because I was just like, that's such a childish thing to point out. Like, in my opinion, how do you learn? Like, all right, so this, like, you're telling me you just popped out of the womb, like, knowing how to do life. Okay, buddy. Like, I'm not about it.
I was born from the wrong woman then.
I actually, you know, I'm more so PvE, but I actually just did my first pickups this week on Tuesday. Was it Tuesday? Yeah, and it was fun.
How did you enjoy it?
It was good. I mean, I probably should never play again because I suck, but
that's how you improve.
Yeah, I was in the single digits, but the thing with that is that even though I was in the single digits, I was still having the time of my life, because it was people I knew. We were all cool. We were all just like messing around. And even though I was at the bottom, Rebase was on my team. I feel so sorry for him because he lost every time he was on my team. But I mean, we were having a good time, and I played a couple matches, and I got to learn how the rules work, and I learned a couple of things with like how to play a little bit better, play a little bit more primary, and when to engage and when to disengage. So for me, it was a learning experience, and I definitely had a good time. But if you guys want to maybe explain how pickups works for people who are not too familiar, maybe for people who are more PvE and maybe looking to get into PvP, anybody wants to explain how pickups works?
So
pickups is basically just a 3v3 private match. It's always, well, I say always, the rules are changing a little bit now. It's usually Clash. So it's first to 50. And the goal of pickups pretty much is teamwork. You really have to work with your team a lot more than you would like in survival or something like that, just because you're usually always playing another team that is of an equal or better skill. And really the goal too is to improve your own personal skill, work on things like map rotation, team callouts, you know, your own personal gun skill, work on getting in situations, getting out of situations. There's definitely a lot involved in that competitive scene for sure. But yeah, the basis of it is pretty much just you're working with a team of 3 and you're doing your best to beat the other team.
And I figured out that the way it works is that you do Clash up to 50, but we actually tried Control to 75, which was the first 2, which was a little weird. And I've never actually seen it before. But do you guys do Control also, or is it strictly Clash?
We haven't done Control in Scrim Queens. It's on the rule set if people want to try it. I've done Control with my clan and with some other people to try it out for some different rule sets. But Control kind of adds like a different element, so that's totally up to the girls if they want to try it or not. It's on the rule set for a reason if they'd like to go for it. But it does add like another objective and another thing to think about. So on top of all those other things I just listed, you also have to think about how you can best play the map for that objective and caps that.
It's funny because when me and Kels we were looking at the rule sets that you guys had in the Discord, and I asked her, I was like, so are we doing Clash or are we doing Control? And she's like, Control. I was like, yeah, I know, don't like that.
It's weird because when we were playing Control, the spawns were just all over the place, and there's a lot of times like in certain maps, depending which map you're playing, you would spawn on the opposite side, usually with the enemy team, and your team's on the other side, and that's it. It's completely over. So that was the thing that we were pretty much seeing with Control, and we just wound up going back to Clash at that point. I think it really depends on the map.
Yeah, that's something that's difficult. Did you do 2-second spawns or 7?
I think I want to say it was 2-second spawns.
Okay, do 7. 2 is terrible.
Yeah, I could
2
be wrong.
literally will spawn you like right next to the enemy team. I don't know what's wrong with 2 seconds.
Yeah, which happened because I would spawn and there'd be a team right there capping a point, and I'm just there with my pistol like, oh hey guys, and then dead on the floor.
I think the reason I like Clash is I feel like it's more fast paced, and if you had to do control, I feel like it's it's a lot slower in sense because you have to stay there and you have to cap the zone, and you have to have at least one person on it. And I don't feel like you're getting to be move as much or have as much fun, and that's just what I think because I hate playing control in general. It's like I just want to shoot at people.
The thing I learned with playing Clash in that way with threes is that you're always on the offensive and always on the defensive. You never really get a second to breathe. Whereas elimination, you're just playing for the rounds, which I found, which is the way I was been playing a lot of comp, so I wasn't used to the fast pace at all times, and really moving as a team. So I think communication is definitely pivotal. Wait, is that the right word? No, pivotal. There you go. Sorry, I can't English, guys.
Mike.
There's a pug.
Shut the fuck up. There's a dog there. Shut up.
Dixon, this is the first time I finally got to see him, and I'm so happy. Like, you've made my night.
He's wild.
He's adorable.
Wild.
He's perfect.
So their Iron Banner is next week.
So lonely.
Yeah, you need a pet.
I need a pet, girl.
Iron Banner is next week. Do you guys have any plans for that?
We have some set up in the Discord if girls want to LFG for Iron Banner. I personally probably won't be involved in a lot of it because I don't know why, but I whenever I get into a team of more than 2 people and 6s, I play the sweatiest lobbies to ever exist on this planet, and I hate it. So I'm not a big fan of stacking in 6s, but I know some people are. There's nothing wrong with that at all. So we do have channels set up for that. If girls want to do that, then totally go for it.
Have you still been having that issue with SBMM gone?
Yeah.
I swear it feels like it's back.
Yeah, it feels like
Agreed.
A lot of people have
It is sweaty as hell.
And the fact that you don't play mountaintops.
Yeah, what is that?
Yeah.
It's because I'm from Brooklyn, man. They don't want to face me. I'm from Brooklyn.
That's not a fucking excuse.
You're not from Brooklyn. Your IP address is not in Brooklyn.
Not in
I wasn't about to say your address, but has anybody learned any new skills from anybody else on the team?
I started practicing with Thorn today because of Fox. I just so you know. I was like, nope. I was like, if I'm on a team that doesn't have a Thorn, I was like, I need to practice this. I was like, she was destroying me.
I don't want to talk about it. Tell me, I got patches on my legs that doesn't grow hair because of her and her thorns. Her thorns, my back still itches because of her thorn shots. I don't want to talk about it. My hunter still yells at me.
What's everybody's go-to weapon?
What's everyone's what?
Go-to weapon.
Primary or secondary?
Either one. What's like the one you feel most confident with?
Dire.
Rose and Beloved.
Rose and Beloved. Foxy,
I'd
yours is Thorn,
rather
right?
use mine.
Yeah, definitely Thorn.
Emma, what's yours?
Spare rations.
Spare rations.
Mm-hmm.
What's the role you have on that?
Oh, Maz, what's the role? Spare with tap and hit kill clip.
Exclamation point spare in the chat.
There was another question we had here. Let's see. I've already answered this one. Yeah, it was really just how has the response been in terms of reaction from male and female players, but the reaction's been mostly positive. Like for me, from an outsider, like when I'm in the chats or when I'm in the Discord, it's like a 95 and 5%. At least from what I see as an outside viewer. You guys probably see a lot more, being the one behind the scenes, but so far I haven't seen anybody, trash talking or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys how do you guys think you would, and I know this is like a long way off, but how do you guys think you would integrate the communities together when that point does come? Do you have like a thought process behind that right now, or is it still, I know it's very, very early on in the makings of it, but what's that end goal look like for you?
We definitely would go about it pretty carefully because the community that we've created has been very carefully curated, if that makes sense. So we want to make sure when we go about kind of encouraging people to push into other communities that they're safe and welcoming communities as well. I know a couple are starting to crop up, which has been great. And some of them have been some people that I definitely trust and things like that. And I was a part of a community already, which was Thorn Hub, where we were running pickups and stuff like that. I was always involved in them, and we were always like welcoming to pretty much anyone who wanted to jump in. So having something like that to kind of start to transition to, or like also just encourage those people in those communities, like say we find another one, another Scrim Hub type thing that's doing a very similar thing, and there's people in there that we trust, just encouraging them to kind of LFG and Scrim Queens, and encouraging Scrim Queens to LFG in there if they would like to, obviously totally up to them. But I think that could be an option in the future for starting to kind of integrate everyone together. But that's 100% going to be when people kind of start expressing interest and feel comfortable with that, because I don't want to push anyone. Like, we definitely don't want to push anyone. Like, you guys have to go play in these other communities, or you guys have to go play with guys or whatever. It's not like that at all.
Yeah.
Whenever you're comfortable, if you want to pull guys that you trust and LFG and Scrim Queens, go for it. If you want to go to another community in LFG and take a couple of girls that you've made friends with from Scrim Queens, go for it. Like, I think that's just kind of, as people start to build confidence, they can do that stuff on their own.
I know there was a question before. Are you guys going to expand out to consoles?
I mean, I've been asked this question, and I personally don't have the ability to be on console. I mean, I have the consoles, but I mean, it's just so much easier being on PC personally. And it's difficult, like, not being able to be a part of something and be a part of something at the same time, we'd have to like entrust someone to kind of like run that side, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes total sense.
100%.
That makes total sense. Yeah, that makes total sense.
Yeah, because I saw a couple questions, I think on Twitter, and then somebody had asked before about the console. So I think there is somewhat of a demand there, but you guys would just need to have somebody that you can trust to run that part.
Yeah, I think for right now, I mean, those people are totally welcome to use Scrim Queens, obviously, and if there are enough people in there for them to LFG through Scrim Queens, then go for it. But I don't think we're going to be hosting anything specifically for console out of Scrim, just because, like VIXIN said, we don't really have anyone to be on console to help them if they need it, or to settle something, and since it would be backed in a sense by our names, we want to be very careful about how we proceed with it.
100%. What's one thing how do I word this question? What's the most positive thing that you guys have encountered so far by doing this?
There's so many
more friends for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then general support from the community. Like, I got a lot of support from like other streamers, especially the first week.
Yeah, I would say the same.
I have played with more ladies in the last 2 weeks than I have in the last 6 years.
Yeah.
Same.
I want to say it's the connections and the feeling, the overall feelings. Like, playing the first night and then playing the last night, it feels amazing. Like, the laughter, like I love it.
Yeah, I think definitely second all of that. And for me, just seeing it work, I think has been really amazing. I really didn't go into this or start working with VIXIN with the intention of it blowing up the way that it did. I really just thought we would have like maybe 1-2 teams max on certain nights, and that would kind of be it. But seeing like how happy and just like how many needs it has met in the community has actually like kind of just filled my heart like a ton, because I was not expecting to create something that was going to I don't know, just like satisfy so many people in a sense. Like, it sounds bad because I'm not generally like a people pleaser, but like just seeing so many people like make connections and find happiness out of like this one small thing that we did. Like, I don't even feel like we didn't like go and like pay for a bunch of stuff or spend, like a year working on something to produce something. We just put like everything we had into something that we thought was small, and to see it turn into this, and really,
I think it's because you guys were so like genuine about it. You didn't have to go crazy with it. Like, you just kind of put your hearts into it, and we could all tell.
Yeah, I think everybody, you had the pure intentions of trying to make a safe environment for everybody, and since everybody could tell that it was genuine, it wasn't any of you trying to get something out of it, felt that energy. And I mean, it's completely blown up. Like, you guys are completely killing it, and I'm really happy and proud of you guys. Like I said, like when I was in stream yesterday, it was just like the energy was there. It was just a wholesome, amazing content to just watch as a viewer. And I was a little scared because you guys pulling off shots, and I'm like, oh, I shouldn't play Destiny anymore. But it was great. I loved it.
One thing that I think you guys hit the marker on, whether it was unintentional or intentional, is the timing in which all of this is coming out. Because right now is a very difficult time for a lot of people, right? So because of the fact that it's very difficult for people in their personal lives, in their emotional lives, in their mental lives, the fact that you guys came out with this idea, which again, just like everybody is saying, is super wholesome, super genuine, is super realistic, it's natural. You're not trying to be pushy with it. Every question that we've asked you about future activities have always resulted in your intentions of future activities, but right now you're holistically focusing on what you have. So you like, there's a moment of realization about your surroundings, and you have tunnel vision, you have a perspective about where you want to go with this. But I really appreciate the fact that you guys are acknowledging the road that you're on, but right now you're acknowledging what you have first, and you're building that foundation, and people can openly see that off of just something as simple as interactions, something as simple as streams on all 4 of your channels. That's something that's incredibly important that people need to see right now. And I really want to like acknowledge that for all of you and what it is that you guys are doing. It's a very powerful thing. It's a very important thing. And I kind of want to be a Scrim Queen. I kind of want to be a Scrim. But no, in all seriousness, it's a very fantastic thing that you guys are doing. I really, really, really commend you. And again, you have all of our support. It's really an amazing thing. It's really dope. You guys can see that.
When I put together these episodes, I always try to make sure that it's an episode where we're showcasing or talking about something that's really important. And we had the episode 2 or 3 weeks back where we talked about women in gaming, but the fact that you guys were able to pull this off and make this in just a couple weeks time, I really wanted to at least do what I could in saying, hey, this is something that needs to get attention, even though you guys really didn't need any help because you guys were killing it already. But I was like, let me just do what I possibly can. And so yeah, I just want to thank all of you for coming on. Appreciate that. And being able to showcase, it isn't about gender. It's really just about the person itself just wanting to play and just being really good. And it shouldn't, whatever you are, it shouldn't matter at all. because at the end of the day, we're all gamers. So you guys all just need to relax a little bit. That's all I'm saying. But so as somebody who's learning pickups and learning that environment, what's one piece of advice you guys would give out to somebody just starting out? And that could be like gameplay, that could be settings with your mouse, settings with your computer. What's one piece of advice you guys would give?
Relax.
Yeah, I was gonna say, be patient with yourself, especially. It's so easy to get in your head, and especially if you're playing with people who have been a part of it for years now. Like, it's easy to let that get the better of you. Just take it easy. Just be easy on yourself.
That's, I think, one of the best things is I've enjoyed is if I am not doing as well as I want to be doing, or if I feel like I made a bad play, I don't feel like I'm being chastised by any of the ladies for it at all whatsoever. They laugh, they joke about it, and then we move on. Like, I made like the craziest call out when we were playing yesterday. I was like, they're on B, no, that's C, and Vixen and Kells are just busted out laughing at me like, nope, that's A. I was like, yeah, that you got it though. You got it.
Okay, I called out an AC 140 or something.
That's better than my call out. He's there, right there. Oh no, I'm dead. That's it.
And that's like one of the best things. Like, you don't like when you're not having to be worried about like if you made a bad play and your teammates are gonna be upset with you. You're gonna play better. You're gonna have more fun. And if you're not going into it to have fun, I don't understand why you're doing it, because you don't have to have an ego in Destiny.
I think that's one of the things I enjoyed about Scrim Queens is like no one has an ego.
I think my piece of advice, and something like I've held myself accountable for at times, is just constantly strive to play someone better than you at all times. If you ever feel like you're capping or like you may be the best in the lobby, I promise you there's always someone better. And when you play them, don't get mad at your own mistakes. Focus on what they're doing that you can learn from. Like, that's why I've always done, like, you don't want to get mad and be like, oh, I'm playing terrible, or they're just shitting on me or whatever. No, like, analyze and be like, oh my god, they slid that lane really well, or like they're working with their team really well. Like, I want to do that stuff too. Just try to like constantly like learn from your mistakes and just keep playing better people, because that's the only way you're gonna.
Sorry guys. Just
I got it.
Yeah.
I got it.
What's one piece of advice you guys would give out, if you can only give one, to a person who wants to stream, or more so, I guess, for a woman who wants to stream? You can only give one piece of advice. What would it be?
Go for it.
Go for it.
It took me months to like, I had a webcam sitting on my desk for months, and I was just too nervous to start, but it was so worth it for me. Even if you like just build a community of like 5 or 10 people, it's worth it.
Be your biggest fan. Don't pay attention to numbers. Don't even look at numbers. And honestly, stay genuine to yourself.
Fox, what about you?
Make sure you have people to keep you grounded, because there's going to be times where you are going to be tempted to look at numbers or compare yourself to someone else or get down on yourself. Make sure, whether it's a mod or just someone who's in your stream, someone you're close to, like whatever, just make sure you have people to keep you grounded and to keep you focused. Because if you're not, you're going to like stray.
Kind of what like Fox was saying, like, make sure that you're surrounding yourself with the right communities too.
Yeah. That's yeah.
Yeah, because even if you're getting a large community, you don't want it to be the wrong community.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we have gone through all our questions here. You guys have any last comments or questions for each other, or if you want to just do one last promo of Scrim Queens?
I want to thank all the girls for being a part of this. Every single one of you. I mean, Fox and I put it into motion, but you guys are what makes Scrim Queens. Like 100%. We appreciate you guys. Thank you for joining every Wednesday. Thank you for being active in the Discord. We appreciate it 100%.
And shout out you guys for putting in the hard work. I just get to show up and like have fun. You guys do the hard work and the planning.
You guys are doing
that
this
doesn't go unnoticed.
You just say, "Hey, you're on this team," and we kind of show up. And even when you guys think like, just like when we were switching up teams, you're like, okay, let's make sure it's fun for this girl too. Like you're always adjusting and doing whatever you feel like you need to do to make the situation fun. So you guys are putting in a lot more, and we're getting a ton out of it because of that.
You guys completely killing it. Again, I want to thank you all for coming on.
Y'all doing great.
You guys are killing it. Keep it up.
I love y'all.
I'm gonna be in every possible stream I possibly can, and so I can learn from you guys. I'll be there with my notebook and my pen. Yeah, I just want to thank you guys for coming on, promoting this, and for the things that you're doing for the community, because I think it's something that's much needed, and during a time like Nagi said, where a lot of different things are going on, it's just another ray of light and positivity that we all need, especially because this community, as crazy and toxic as it can be, can also be really, really amazing. And I feel like little by little we're getting to that point where we have like an all-inclusive community. So I want to thank you guys for being pillars in doing that.
So with that notebook and pen, can you make copies for me?
I got you. Say less. Sending copies around. Yeah, so at the end of every show, what we like to do is a little shout out for one person in particular, either in our lives or in the community. We'll go in order here, so I'll start it out. I would probably say my shout out this week. I'm gonna shout out Crystal, FPS Crystal. I think she was one of the first women streamers I really started watching who was really amazingly good at the game. And the content that she puts out, for me at least, is very wholesome and a very positive environment. And she has, I've told her before, but she has the most adorable giggle laugh I've ever heard. And it's super contagious. When she starts laughing, I just start laughing for no reason. But no, she's really wholesome, amazing creator. So yeah, my shout out for this week is gonna be Crystal. Nagi, if you want to go next. I mean, we already know what your shout out's gonna be, but if you want to do it anyways.
You guys are Vixen, Emma, Heather. I always shout out the same person because the same person that I shout out every week is ironically a necessary shout out for every single topic we've had on the filler since we started the filler. So it's not we shout out. She fits the category. Asshole. Anyway, my shout out is Boma. The reason why my shout out is Boma this week is because Boma is a woman. For those of you who don't know, people in chat, I don myself as Vegeta. Boma is Jade, Empress Kitsune, my number one mod, love of my life, beautiful woman. She was the one that taught me how to play Overwatch competitively. So when it comes down to the aspect of women in gaming, again, that entire aspect, everything that you guys represent, everything that you guys endure is really a double-edged sword because it's upsetting. It upsets me because I get irritated by people's stupidity. But I stand by what you guys are trying to do. And that's why she's my shout out. My second shout out, I have a second shout out. Mike. Wow. Yeah. When you're an asshole, bro. My second shout out is Gavin. My second shout out is Gavin because
come on, bro. How are you gonna do that to me?
Are you serious? Are you kidding me? I legitimately was crying. cried here for you, you piece of shit. Are you serious?
You sitting there knowing that's gonna be my shout out, and Cliff just like, yeah, I'm gonna steal it real quick.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I was not trying to do that to you at all. Come on. You know what? I take it back. I'll text it to you, Gavin. Don't worry about it.
No. Go. We have different things to say about him, I'm sure.
Yeah. Fox would have to see how, like, if yours tops it now.
The reasons why is because Gavin was in my stream the other day, and I was trying to get my shot down pat because you guys know I'm still on PC, right? I'm still learning mouse and keyboard, and he gave me pointers, and within like 2 minutes, I was actually hitting my shots a lot better. I'm wearing this stupid ass arm sleeve. My whole body is hot. My whole right is sweating for this reason. So I'm wearing this arm sleeve because I've been working on my primary shot. So after fucking 5 years of being this man's friend, he's still teaching me how to shoot. So that's why. So that's my second shout out. But that's it. I'm done talking because I talk a lot.
Heather?
I am going to shout out Syntax, SYNTZX, because he is my rock even a whole country away.
That's the cutest thing I've ever heard.
I was like, damn, that made my shit sound sucky.
Fox, you made the mistake last time you were here. Now is your turn to shout me out. So you have the floor.
All right. My shout out is also Gav. Very unoriginal. I'm sorry. I don't know. That's
Loading.
Lunarology in chat, just because I would not be here today, period, without him. And I would not be the player I am without him. And I 100% would not have had the confidence or ground to stand on to help start or be involved in any of this without him. And I also feel like he's an appropriate shout out because we spent a lot of time talking today about guys who have been supportive of this community and who are looking to uplift women. And he has been like a giant supporter for all of this, and also runs Thorn Hub, which is another like just super positive community that runs pickups and stuff like that. So I'm just like super happy and proud to be associated with him, and he's also my fiance. So
I'm gonna keep inviting Fox to the show until she shuts me out. So next, Vixen.
She's not gonna shut you up.
Okay, so I've got two as well. First and foremost would be Late Night Squad, which is my community. They've been my rock the entire time that I've started streaming or came into this idea. Like it's been them. And then second would be Fox. Foxy. She's been the best partner I could have through this whole thing. And I appreciate her 100%. And I feel like I have to keep saying that. I appreciate Foxy.
Right. Emma?
I want to shout out my friend Elsa, ILSE. She's also a streamer, and she's the first girl who I became friends with through Destiny, and she's super awesome. She streams, and she hasn't gotten to be a part of Scrim Queens yet because she's been working and she's on vacation right now, but she's the person I usually get to play with, and I've just really appreciated her friendship and everything. And also to my community, because a lot of you guys showed up tonight, and I really appreciate it. So thank you guys too.
Emma is so nice, and I feel like
I know.
I feel like I've been yelling this entire episode. Every time I say anything, I'm immediately looking at her camera, and I'm like, I hope I'm not. I'll figure her out, bro.
Emma, you get used to the screaming all the time. It takes a while, but
She just got called a Disney character, Emma.
see, Emma's the quiet type though. That she's just like very nice and wholesome, but when you're not even noticing, that's when she's getting the snipes off. That's how it works.
Yeah, she's sneaky.
Sneaky. All right.
I'm serious.
Again, I want to thank you guys for coming on. In good old fashion, we're gonna host somebody now, and in the spirit of the episode, we definitely want to host a woman that is streaming. If you guys have any recommendations, throw them at me, and we can see if they're online right now to give them this host.
I see one. I don't know if you guys would agree with it.
Whatever decision you guys come up to.
You
She's
guys
in
think
Scrim
that's-
Queens.
Oh, and that's an easy answer.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, it's Red Rum underscore Cheryl. I mean, it's not underscore Cheryl. She's Cheryl. Red Rum underscore.
Yeah.
You know, that was my first gamer tag.
Red Rum?
That was my
Really?
first gamer tag. I swear to God, and it was so stupid to me because I had like I'm a Marvel fan.
You said
And I had,
red
like,
rum underscore.
Yeah,
Yeah, Red Rum underscore. I
Got
can
it.
put it in the chat. It might smack me.
that's
You're gonna
Got
get
it.
straight booped.
You're good.
Here, I'll take it. Good.
Got it.
No boopage.
All right, cool.
now in pure honor of this entire episode, the filler has a routine where Mike has a problem hosting.
I just did it. You know what?
Did it?
I'm not gonna stoop to your level, bro. Okay. You're a cool guy, bro. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh.
You son of a bitch. Tell you, as soon as you come to Brooklyn, bro, I'm decking you.
I got a jawline of
No
steel.
hug, no handshake.
No, straight up. Anyways, we'll see you guys next week. Thank you all for stopping by.